You know, what we call cottagecore today, the 80s probably just lumped in with their country kitsch, yeah? And you can't have country kitsch without some lovely heart. Hello and welcome. I'm Lindsay Crane and these are my retro craft dreams. I've been kind of wanting to do another small, quick project before I dive into some of the bigger ones that I have planned for this year. Something I could do in a day. Coffee's almost gone. Let me just finish it real quick. One of the things that I had on my list for Craftmas, time permitting, were magnets. So I thought, oh, why don't I just make a quick little needlepoint magnet? We've got Valentine's Day coming, but it just has plain little hearts and they're super, super boring. So I thought, okay, so what do I do if I want to make a plastic canvas magnet, but I don't like any of those designs? Well, I also have this. Holidays in Cross Stitch 1987. There are a few years of this. This is the only one I have so far. Definitely need to buy the rest. But in here we have some lovely little Valentine samplers. Little samplers. And so I thought what I can do is pull out one of these cats and just make a little cat magnet with little hearts on it. I do have some scrap plastic canvas. What I don't have is a whole lot of yarn. That's not true. I have a lot of yarn. I don't have a lot of yarn that's appropriate for using on plastic canvas. So we are going to have to dig through my stash a little bit. I do have some needlepoint yarn, so we're probably going to go through that. I'd rather not use wool for this, but I may have to. So I'm going to make a little cute heart cat magnet in needlepoint using a motif from a cross stitch pattern, because yes, you can do that. So let's dig into my stash and figure out what I can use for this. So we got some plastic canvas. I've got some pink Super Saver, and then in here, it needs some tidying up, but this is my needlepoint yarn. Now, the thing is, a lot of this is vintage. I'd rather not use wool for this, but I think I'm gonna have to, but I'm definitely not using any vintage wool. Happily, the Anchor needlepoint yarn was on clearance. It's been a while, but I did happen to buy some. So I do have some tapestry wool. Yeah, $1. $1. Ooh. Oh, it looks prettier on camera. It's kind of more rust. I don't think I like that one. Now these colors are held in reserve for this project that I'm going to do someday. This one might be cute. Ooh. I don't want blue. This is the same color. We do have a couple different purples. So I guess what I'm wondering is if I want to do the cat in a not real color. No, this one just does not work. Now remember, these are wool and this is acrylic. Do I really want to do just single little hearts in this, or should I just go ahead and do the whole thing in wool? Now, most of the rest of this is Persian wool. And what that means is, let's find one that I don't have to unearth too much, is that it's got 3 strands. So I won't be using that for plastic canvas. I'm going to save that for regular needlepoint. And again, most of this is vintage, and I don't want to use vintage for this project. Okay, here's some DMCs. Are these? How old are these? They don't look too vintage, but they're not new enough. They don't seem to have a website on them. One of those could work. So these are my other tapestry wools. I mean, look at that. This is definitely from the 80s. Like, they got the grid going. Like, that's gotta be from the 80s, that typography. So we are looking at doing this little cat because I'd rather do that one, but it's huge. So we're gonna do this little cat. So it's, can we get up in there? There's 2 little hearts, and I think that right there is just a bead. So I'm not going to be beading that. We're going to do the cat in that, and I'll do the hearts in that. And then I'm going to keep this out in case I find a way to like add dimension to those hearts. First thing I'm going to do is count out and draw out my kitty. Let's just start with the bottom and I'll figure out the tail later. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's going to be the bottom of the tail. Now, here's the thing, is that it has half stitches, which of course we can't do. So we are gonna have to do them as whole stitches. Now this one's not exactly the same because there are half stitches that I had to compensate for, and I'm only doing one ear instead of two. I may still have to adjust the tail. That's a pretty decent size. And there. Okay, I think it'll be a pretty cute kitty, so I'm gonna go get some rubbing alcohol and take off this Sharpie so that it doesn't get all over my wool. So to thread my nice chunky needle, I'm just gonna fold it over the end, pinch it, slide it off, and push it through. And we are starting on the third one down. So we have our hearts. I think I'm okay with that placement. I really wanted to do some different unique stitch for this, but this one could work maybe until I get to the tail. Something's not looking right. So I think I need to choose a different stitch. I think this one's just too long. Maybe that's all I need. It's just a irregular continental. Looks more like a Scotty dog at this point in time, so I don't know. I don't think I like that. All right, we're just gonna do continental. Don't mind me, I'm just ruining my wool. I'm starting over so many times. It's just too tiny and irregular, so I'm just gonna have to do a regular half cross. In regular needlepoint, you would do a continental that covers the back, much like that. This is a magnet, so I don't really need the back covered. I might do like chunkier stitches here just so it's even, but we're just gonna do regular half cross stitches. I am going to change direction though, because I still want it to go in line with the cat's body, and I did want something to set the heart stitches apart, so I think just going different directions will do that. Now you can see how cutting two squares for the leg results in a single stitch. Probably would have been better if I had cut it there. Yeah, that would have been better, but that's okay. It's not too bad. I can just tie on a cute little flower. I don't have to stitch it on. It's stupid cute though. Here we go, plastic canvas magnet. It didn't turn out exactly like I thought, but it is pretty cute and pretty authentic 80s magnet thing that has also probably never been made before. I really did want to make a lot more embellishments, but things like that can be tricky on plastic canvas because it is a much larger scale and you don't have threads that you can, you know, go in between, but I don't know, the bow pretty much makes it. Cat do jingle. Oh, I need a little tiny bell. Right, Pixel? Plastic canvas magnets are not exactly a thing people are making very often these days. Probably don't want them in your kitchen, collecting grease and dust and looking gross. But you know what? It doesn't make it not cute, okay? It's still cute. You just have to put it somewhere else. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you enjoy retro and vintage crafty hijinks, well, you know, stick around. This is a place for you. So yeah, that's it. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time. Bye.